What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we're going full alphabet team, letter D. Now, first, straight up, right off the rip here, let's get all those D jokes right out the way, right? Get them all out of your system. Now, last time, we did the C team, and we're continuing with the D team this time, and we're going to be going and doing all of the alphabet, hopefully, throughout this year. If you do want to follow me on Twitch, make sure you do. This is where I do all my live streams. This is where I take battles, do my theme teams, my Pokemon sweeps, my shiny hunts. Link in the description of the video. Come and drop me a follow there if you haven't already, and let's get into today's battles. I've got two Ripper battles today, and I really hope you enjoy them. The first battle here we have is against 3DD. This one was on Twitch, and we got a Gengar lead. Now, on this team, I randomly picked Pokemon out that started with D. Well, there was one Pokemon I maybe didn't randomly pick out. You might be able to guess that. Okay, we got Drifloon as the lead here. I've got a Destiny Bond Endure Air Cutter Charge Beam Custap Berry set. So we got max speed and max special attack, modest nature. What I'm going to do, right, I'm expecting Gengar to go for a ghost type move just to take me out. So I'm going to brace myself there and live on 1 health, right? Merchant available. Gengar's going to go for a Dank Pulse there, and I'm going to be on 1 health. So now, right, I'm on 1 health. I'm in a low amount of health for the Custap Berry to activate here. And now I can go for Destiny Bond, right? Because I'll get priority from the Custap Berry. And we've also got the Unburden ability too. So we're going to eat that berry there, and Drifloon is going to be going fast. Unfortunately, Gengar is going to swap out, so my plans for the Destiny Bond KO were ruined, unfortunately. So now in comes the Absol, another kind of scary Pokemon against my Drifloon. So going for the Destiny Bond here, I know the Absol probably won't go for an attacking move after this. It'll probably maybe do a setup move. So I'm thinking, what do I do here? Do I go for the Air Cutter, or do I go for Endure again? What should I do? If I go for Endure, at least then I know that I'll live the next turn. Unless it's like, I don't know, a toxic Absol or something like strange like that. So I thought about this for quite a while, and I was like, you know what? Let's just go for Endure and see what happens, right? I've got nothing to lose here. Everything's up in the air at the moment, if you know what I mean. I'm a balloon and stuff. So we got the Absol go for Sucker Punch here. It's going to fail, so that's fine. I was almost going to go for Air Cutter there. I'm glad I didn't. So now, what should I do? Should I go for Destiny Bond this time again, or should I go for Air Cutter? I was really thinking about this one for a while. I was like, you know what? Let's go for Air Cutter and let's see what happens. Air Cutter is going to miss, and the Absol is going to go for a Curse. So I was like, oh, a bulky Absol, boosting his attack rate. So Absol's going to lose a little bit of speed there, but it is going to get a little bit of bulk. Not that it was super bulky to begin with, and it's going to get some more attack. So now I'm thinking maybe I should go for a Destiny Bond this turn, or maybe they'll keep setting up curses. Let's go for Destiny Bond. Hopefully they attack me right. So going for that Destiny Bond there on the Drifloon, hoping that Absol will go. Maybe it has like another coverage move apart from Sucker Punch. You'd think so, right? And it's going to go for the Play Rough. So that was very, very good there. At least Drifloon was able to take one Pokemon down. I was a little bit worried there after revealing my Destiny Bond Custap Berry strategy that I wouldn't get a KO. That's the only thing with Destiny Bond since it got that, that nerf. You can't keep using it in a row, right? Next Pokemon to come in is the Seismitoad, and I'm going to be swapping in the Drizzly. So this Pokemon, I'm not sure if I've actually used this Pokemon in a theme team before. It might be its first ever debut. Maybe a really like, I don't know, like real close PIMPNITE fan that's watched every single video will know that one. But I don't know if I've actually used this before in a theme team. So we got a scummy water set. We're going to go max speed and max special attack. Look how scummy that water is. So firing it off at the Seismitoad. Now there was a chance that it could have water absorb. That's kind of what I wanted to see. And it didn't, right? So Sludge Bomb's going to hit me reasonably hard there. Unfortunately for my Drizzly, I'm actually going to get poisoned. So that really sucks. That's going to turn a possible 3-hit KO into a 2-hit KO. Now, this is a Weather Ball, Round, Mud Shot set. We've got Round and Throat Spray as the strategy here. And the best thing I could do is go for Muddy Water. Maybe get an accuracy drop or a critical hit. That's what I was hoping for. Man, that water looks disgusting. A little bit like pickles. Anyway, so go for another Scummy Water. We get a accuracy drop there on the Seismitoad. Unfortunately, Seismitoad is going to land that attack, and it's going to go for a Drain Punch, draining my health away and giving its health back. Now, once again, I did live that, but the poison is going to take me out, which is very unfortunate there. God dang it. So down goes my Drizzly. However, I still got 4 more Pokemon remaining, and I've seen half the team already, so I've got a good chance here to get back into the game. So we're going to go into Dunsparce now. This Dunsparce set was pretty interesting. So we got Counter Body Slam, Zen Headbutt, and Dual Wing Beat. What I'm going to be doing, right, is I'm going to be making use of Counter to boost my attack, right, with Max Knuckle. Then we got Dual Wing Beat to boost the speed, right. Now, Dunsparce by no means is a fast Pokemon, trust me. And by no means does it have like a really, really great attack stat either. So I thought I could make up for those things in Dynamax, right? And then it could do some pretty good damage. So, and then I could start, spamming some pretty powerful normal type attacks off of my opponent. So getting a lot of health there in Dynamax, which is going to be really, really nice there. And Dunsparce is also going to have the Assault Vest as the item too. So go for that Max Knuckle coming off counter. It's not enough to take out Seismitoad, which didn't surprise me whatsoever. However, I'm going to get a +1 attack, which is good there. Now, Seismitoad is going to go for its own Scummy Water, and guess what? I get to actually drop 2. It's a good thing that I'm in the Dynamax, but outside of Dynamax, it might get a little bit hairy, right? So I've got Max Strike here to take it out, or just go for Max Knuckle. I'm going to go for another Max Knuckle, right? That's 2 in attack, and then I can possibly go for a Max Airstream after that, and Dunsparce might be able to outspeed a Shuckle, right? So I've got Max Attack and Max Speed on this Dunsparce set, and I've got Adamant Nature on here, and I've got, obviously the rest of the speed there. But with Adamant Nature, it gets an alright amount of attack, but its speed is still, really, really dreadful. Now, out comes the extra. This Pokemon was really scary. So I've got Max Knuckle again. I was like, you know what? I may as well go for Max Knuckle, right? Because there's no point going for Airstream. I'm not going to be able to outspeed Excadrill at all, right? Even if I do one. So let's do that. We got the Excadrill going for Dynamax. It's like, okay. Well, Max Knuckle would have taken it out if it wasn't in Dynamax. But now that it's in Dynamax, yeah, those dreams are kind of going to be crushed. Now, I was a little bit worried that it might have maybe a weakness policy that could be very, very scary as well. Yeah, shiny Excadrill actually looks pretty cool. It's like a pink, and then it's got these blue kind of streaks on them. So go for Max Knuckle there with my hands, and it does pretty good damage to Excadrill. I'm pretty happy with that, right? So over half health, a little bit over half there. So I've got +3 in attack now. So Dunsparce is, it's got a fair bit of attack. We've got a Max Rockfall here from the Excadrill. This is my last turn on the Dunsparce in Dynamax too. I take that reasonably well, and this is actually going to put the sand up. So I'm thinking here, okay, is this one going to just be a Sandstream set? And it's going to be like super, super speedy, right? I definitely should take this out soon. So Dunsparce is out of its Dynamax. I can't do much to this because remember, counter was turned into Max Knuckle. If I go for counter, I'm going to go second. But Body Slam, Zen Headbutt, and dual Wing Beat, none of these moves, they're going to do nothing. So I went for counter in case I lived like an attack somehow, because this has it's pretty good health stat, and Dunsparce is going to go down. It is what it is. I wouldn't have done much damage there. I think the best I could have done in that situation was maybe get it paralyzed. That's pretty much about it. Nothing would have taken it out, right? So I could see it's got the Life Orb too, and the sand is up. So in comes our Drac Cloak here. I thought I'd run Drac Cloak. This is a very bulky set. We got Willow Mist, Breaking Swipe, Rest, and Infestation. So with this set, right, this is kind of interesting. This is an Everlight set. It was really bulky. And then I outspent. I'm like, okay, this must not have Sandstream. It's not Sandstream. Mustn't have its Sand Rush. It's probably got the Sand Force, right? So it does a huge amount of damage to me there after actually burning it. And it gets a special defense rise. So now this set is all based around burning the opponent and dropping the opponent's attack with Breaking Swipe. Breaking Swipe does alright damage there, and it's got a 100% chance of dropping the opponent's attack too, which is going to be very, very good against a powerful physical attacker like Excadrill, right? At the start, I was like, is this going to be like a special attacker? But it did way too much damage because I'm running max health and max special defense on Draco, right? So I'm like, it's definitely a physical one. So Life Orb and Sand Force at the same time was like, no joke, right? So go for Breaking Swipe there, dropping the extra attack. It's going to be going for a Smart Strike on my Draco, and it's going to be taking me out there with a crit. I don't know if that crit actually mattered there. I might have had a chance of living on a little bit of health, but I think the Sandstorm would have taken me out regardless, right? So Excadrill is going to go down to the burn and the Life Orb damage there. Goodbye, Excadrill. You are very, very threatening Pokemon. Next Pokemon is Dialga. I thought I'd run a Legendary on my team, and I ran a Adamant Nature Dialga with an Adamant Orb. I thought that'd be pretty fun to run, and on the physical set. So it's nowhere near as good on the physical side, so I thought I'd have a bit of fun with this set, right? So out comes the Umbreon. We got Dragon Claw, Iron Head, Earthquake, and Brick Break. In Dynamax, you could go for Max Knuckle to power up its attack a little bit, but we're going to be going for a Max Speed and Max Attack Dialga. We're going to try and Iron Head Flinch spam this Umbreon, right? So I did pretty nice damage there. Umbreon's actually going to have a red card activate, and Dialga is going to be thrown out of this space and time. Next Pokemon is Dragonite. Now, at the start of the battle, I was like, yeah, I randomly picked these Pokemon out. No, I didn't randomly pick Dragonite. I had to use Dragonite on this scene, right? Umbreon is going to be going for a crunch there, breaking my Dragonite's multi-scale. Now, this Dragonite is a full flinching set, Dragon Rush, Rock Slide, Iron Head, and Waterfall. We got the Life Orb as the item. We got Max Speed and Max Attack, right? And we've also got Jolly Nature. So go for the Dragon Rush here on the Umbreon. I thought this would be like, this should almost take it out, and it did. So down goes Umbreon. Now we've got a Gengar left, which I know that I can take out in one shot, and we've got a Sylveon left. So like, okay, Sylveon. Now, on my Dragonite set, as you've seen, I already had the Iron Head. So Iron Head was going to be super effective. It's going to be doing a lot of damage, right, because I've got the Life Orb. And there's also a 30% chance of Fletchy too. So I go for that Iron Head on the Sylveon. There's a heap of damage, but unfortunately, it does not take it out. Sylveon is going to have a weakness pulse here, boosting its stats there. I'm like, what is it going to be? Like, is it going to be a physical? Is it going to be a special one? What is it going to be, right? So losing a little bit of health there. Then they pop the Pixelate Swift. Only on PIMPNITE channel, people. And our Dragonite is going to go down there. Pixelate Swift, people. I love it. No, so the next Pokemon we got left is the Dialga, right? Now, Dialga has got the Iron Head. I will be able to outspeed Sylveon and take it out right before I get hit by another Swift, right? I need to swiftly take the Sylveon out. All right, so nice moveset there on the Sylveon. And the last Pokemon is the Gengar, which we've seen quite earlier on. Now, I'm thinking, does this Gengar have Destiny Bond itself? Or does it have maybe Focus Miss? So I was wondering what it could do. And then I outsped. I'm like, oh, I outsped this. That's interesting. And Gengar manages to live an Earthquake. So it's like, wow, I really didn't expect it to live that. And now it's going to be going for a Shadow Ball. And a new Shadow Ball would not take me out unless it was... Even a crit wouldn't take Dialga out. Dialga is really, really thick there. I'm going to go for a Dragon Claw and finish off the Gengar. But man, that was a crazy game. Hope you enjoyed the first battle. I don't think that was a theme team by my opponent. It could have been. If it was a theme team, let me know. And let's get on to the second battle. Now, the second battle, this one was definitely a theme team. It took me a little while to figure out what this one is, but if you can guess this next team's theme team, let me know in the comment section. I'm really curious to see how many people will know this one, right? Okay, this is the battle against Skylar, and we have a Hatterene lead. I'm starting things off with my Drizzly here, right? So this time, I actually get a chance to use my Round, right? So Round with a Throat Spray. I actually, you know, it took me a long time to figure out that it was actually holding like something in its hand. So we got the Throat Spray activation there, boosting my special attack too. Now, Hatterene is going to be going for a Trick Room here. So since I'm a very, very speedy set, that's not really going to help me out too much. But there's not a lot of point in me swapping right. Now, Hatterene's going to go for a Magic Powder here. What Magic Powder is going to do is going to change me into a Psychic type, right? And that means I'm not going to have any stab on the Scummy Water anymore. Man, look how scummy that looks. So one more Scummy Water should be able to take this out, right? We're going to actually drop on the Hatterene there, and it's going to be eating a berry, which is not going to be very good there, because I'm going to need a couple more Muddy Waters to take it out, right? Now, I can go for a Scummy Water again, or I can go for a Mud Chop. Mud Chop was just there for electric types, right? So Shadow Ball is going to miss. So obviously the strategy here with the Hatterene was to turn me into a Psychic type, right? And then use, you know, Ghost type moves against me, or Dark type moves for super effective, or whatever. This is a super effective move, right? So we got one more Scummy Water here. We got a pretty good chance of taking this out here. And we got the Hatterene go for a Shadow Ball, and then it landed. I'm like, oh no, this is bad. So I'm going to get hit by the super effective Shadow Ball. I lived on 3 health. You wouldn't read about it. And now I'm going to be able to go for a Scummy Water here. And this is going to take out the Hatterene. They should really nickname Muddy Water to Scummy Water. That'd be so good. Like, please do that in the next game. So that's one Pokemon down. And the next Pokemon here we got is Buzzwole. So I'm like, what is this Buzzwole set going to be? Now, Buzzwole's going to go for a Fling, and it's going to fling an Iron Ball, which is going to be super effective as well, because that's a Dark type move. And my Drizzly's going to go down there. So Disrespect, KO there, definitely on 3 health with the Fling. So this is going to get an attack boost. I'm like, uh-oh, I need to end this Buzzwole's like right now before I get swept. So going to Drifloon here. Now, I did notice we got that nice little 4 times weakness. So let's pop a little Air Cutter up. And that gets absolutely destroyed in one shot there, which is great there. So getting Buzzwole off the field, that would have been real nasty if I left that around for too much longer. Next Pokemon here is the Galvantula. It's going to have Unnerve instead of Compound Eyes, which is interesting. So my Custard Berry will not be able to activate here. I almost went for Endure just to see what it's going to do, but instead of that, I went for Air Cutter, and Drifloon is, well, it's going to get deflated. So that is the Galvantula going to be swapping out here. Next Pokemon we got coming out here is the Dragovich. I was like, okay, what Dragovich set is this going to be? I'm going to be swapping in my Dracloak here. So I was like, if it's a physical set, I might be able to get my Will-O-Wisp and Breaking Swipe strategy going right. We got the Drago swapping out, and we got the Clawitzer coming in. So, okay, Clawitzer. So I went for Infestation here on the swap, which is going to trap the opponent's Pokemon in, and then I can go for Will-O-Wisp and then Breaking Swipe. Now, we got the leftovers on Clawitzer. I was thinking, okay, what sort of set is this going to be? Now, once again, my EVs were very bulky on the special side, so I knew that I could live most special attacks fairly well and have, like, have enough health left to go for maybe another move, then maybe rest afterwards, right? So go for Will-O-Wisp here, and we got the Will-O-Wisp and Infestation combination going at the same time. Now I can just pretty much spam Breaking Swipe, over and over for some damage there. So we got Icy Wind. It's a special set here. Icy Wind is going to do a fair bit of damage to me, considering that I'm running so much bulk, but obviously, if I was running a sweeping one, that would be, that would have done like a lot more damage. But since I've got max health and max special defense and Everlight, it was doing pretty much nothing there. I was trying to think of any other moves that it could use against me that would be super effective. Like pulse-like moves. Maybe like Dark Pulse. That'd probably be about like the strongest move apart from like Icy Wind. So go for another Breaking Swipe here. That's pretty good damage considering, and I'm going to drop the attack of the Clawitzer. Not that it really matters because it seems to be a special attacking set, right? So here comes another Icy Wind here. It is dropping my speed. That's about it. But, the damage has kind of already been done there. The Clawitzer really can't swap, and I pretty much can take this out in like 2 to 3 more turns, right? Hopefully, right? So some more Infestation damage there. Clawitzer cannot swap either, which is really good. I'm just going to keep going for Breaking Swipe. And if it gets like sort of close to me almost fainting, I might go for a rest there, right? Now, Draco is has some really nice base speed too, so even after a couple of those Icy Wind, it's not going to matter there. So we got another attack drop there on the Clawitzer. Clawitzer's going to go for yet another Icy Wind here. When I use Icy Wind, I always miss too. I don't know, for some reason it just always happens. So we got some more Icy Wind there. Oh, the thing is, on this set, I don't have Infiltrate. I thought I had Clear Body, but I thought I had Infiltrate, but I actually have Clear Body. So those are Icy Wind speed drops are not affecting me at all. For some reason, I'm like, wait, why is my speed not dropping? I was like, it's the Clear Body set there. So if I had a different ability, that would that kind of be annoying because I wouldn't be going first, right? So go for another Breaking Swipe here, and the Clawitzer is going to be going down there. Nothing it could have done. It was strapped in, and I was just so tanky, right? Next Pokemon we got here is the Galvantula. I was like, okay, what's Galvantula going to do to me? Like, it won't be able to do a lot of damage to an electric type move. And it went for Thunder. So like, okay, that's going to miss. It's not often you see a Galvantula miss. Normally they always have compound eyes, right? So Breaking Swipe is going to, it could be a 3-hit KO or very, very close. Galvantula is going to go for a Thunder. It is going to connect this time. And it's going to do look at the damage it does to me. It's absolutely nothing. The problem is, right, it actually paralyzed me, which sucks. So I get paralyzed that turn and I'm unable to go for another Breaking Swipe. At this stage, I actually want to get rid of Galvantula. So I'm just going to go for another Breaking Swipe here. Thunder is going to miss again. So it's like, okay, I need 2 more to take it out, or I need a critical hit. So go for Breaking Swipe again, playing things really, really risky here. Our Galvantula is going to go for a Thunder, and that is going to be enough to take me out. I thought I was going to live that one on 1 or 2 health there. That's how it goes, though. So goodbye, my little dragon there. I like how it's sort of on top of its head. Looks really, really cute. So we're going to swap in my Dunsparce here, and I thought it's prime time to go for a Dynamax Dunsparce, right? Big DD, if you know what I mean. So I could go for a Max Airstream here, or I can go for a Max Knuckle. I thought Max Airstream would be a good play because, I can maybe get myself to outspeed that Dragon, which can do some, pretty good damage with my normal type moves, maybe even after Dynamax, right? So we've got, obviously, Galvantula is going to outspeed me. Thunder is going to miss again, which I'm very, very thankful for. And we're going to go for Max Knuckle here. I decided in the end to go for attack on the Dunsparce, right? So getting a +1 at attack is going to be very good there. I can go for another Max Knuckle after this, and that should be enough to take it out too. So Galvantula is going to connect this time with Thunder. Does pretty good damage to Dunsparce considering. And we're going to go for a Max Airstream. I know that I went for Max Airstream on the first turn, not the second turn. So I've got a +1 in speed, and I've got a +1 in attack there. So Dunsparce is going to be reasonably speedy, right? Now, if I can get a Paralyze on like a Body Slam or something like that, that would be really nice because you can basically outspeed most things. So in comes the Machop. This Pokemon should give away what this theme team is right now. Obviously, if you haven't heard of it, it probably won't give it away. So go for Max Airstream. Machop is going to have a Focus Sash, and as soon as I seen the Focus Sash, I'm like, I bet you this has got counter. I bet you it's got counter. Here comes the counter, and Dunsparce is going to get dropped. Man, I knew that was going to happen. So goodbye, Dunsparce. I didn't have, all of my moves were attacking moves anyway, so it is what it is. It's not like I could have gone for a Max Guard there to check. Next Pokemon is my Dialga. Now, Dialga can go for any move and take Machop out. I don't think Machop has a way about speeding me here. It's going to go for Protect. Obviously, just see what moves I'm going to use, right? Now, the last Pokemon is Dragovish. That's going to be a problem against my Dragonite, but not so much of a problem, I don't think, against my Dialga. Going for a Brick Break there, Disrespect Brick Break there, taking out the Machop. I mean, I was thinking that was the least disrespectful move out of all of them. Next Pokemon there is the Dragovish. I was like, okay, I actually don't really know what set this is going to be, and it's going to be Dynamax too, like, so let's see what it's going to happen. Now, I went for a Dragon Claw. I thought Dragon Claw in Dynamax with Adamant Orb would probably do around, I'd say it'd be around a 2 to 3 hit KO, judging on if I get min or max damage right. That was the sort of thing. And I feel like I could definitely take one attack from this thing as well at the start, and I knew that I could probably outspend it. So go for the Dragon Claw there. It does a little bit over half health, probably just a little bit more. Was that max damage or was that min damage? I wasn't really sure here. So we got a Max Quake here. That's going to be super effective. It is a clear hit, like 2 hit KO on my Dialga. So I thought, what I could do here, right, is I could swap out my Dialga into Dragonite, because I know that's a flying type, and then I can finish it off with the Dragon Rush, because I know that Dragon Rush is going to be more powerful, than the Dragon Claw. I was getting my Dragon Claw, my Dragon Rush is mixed up there. So I'm going to go for a Dragon Rush here, and unfortunately it is going to miss, and Max Wormwind is going to drop my Dragonite in one shot, man. That's the thing about Dragon Rush, that little bit of poor accuracy can really come back to bite you. So next Pokemon we got is the Dialga. I know that I can outspeed this. I'm pretty confident it's going to take it out anyway. But I did want to finish it with my Dragonite, but that didn't happen. Now the good thing about that is, well, while I swapped in my Dragonite before, I knew that if that did fail, that would be the Dragovish out of Dynamax there. And that is the second game. Hope you really enjoyed both these battles, people. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I've got another theme team or a Pokemon sweep, something like that. All right, people. Have a good day and night. Peace out.